Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's John Ross here with the XP commentary for July 2nd, 2020. Oh man, time is moving on, isn't it? It's just moving on. In today's commentary, we're going to talk about anti-mask and anti-vaxxer. Uh, it just hit me the other day when I saw somebody that wasn't wearing a mask, and I knew that they were an anti-vaxxer too, I believe. So it's really making it's troubling, and I think it hasn't been addressed enough for the future here for our country with this COVID-19 out there, and it worries me quite a bit. And we're going to go through a few things here to just talk about this. Uh, I think the really disturbing thing is our leadership on the masks. President Trump, the last day or something, said he's might wear a mask or something. I don't know. It's sort of convoluted, but his this weekend, South Dakota at the Mount Rushmore, he's not encouraging really to wear masks. Oh, it's just voluntarily you wear them and no social distancing. The governor is really just praising that, and that's a spreader right there for the virus. So this type of thinking that it's your individual rights that I'm not going to. We just got it. We just don't wear a mask because I don't feel like it, and I'm just not happy about it. And I got my rights. Well, we have rights to a lot of things. Do you have a right to go 100 miles an hour in your car when the speed limit says 40? But that's your right to speed, isn't it? No, we have laws and things to help us. And this is to help the whole community. This is not some Orwellian thing or something like that. It's every country that does this right will get ahead. And if we start doing this wrong, it looks like it's going wrong. We got to turn it around. And we got to think about masks. And the president better start changing it. As John Kasich said many times, and I've quoted him, the president needs a Damascus Road experience. Now, I mean a dramatic experience. He might get ripped by his Republicans even if he got that kind of experience. He needs some new thinking about others. The anti-mask versus the anti-vaxxer. I think some of the same logic would be used by the anti-vaxxers when our COVID-19 vaccine does come, maybe early in January or spring, or maybe even a year or more from now. We don't know. But when it comes, it's the only way to stop this virus. I'm going to go through that real quickly here. There's only two ways to really stop it. And the one is not going to happen. I'm going to give you a little quote here from a CNN article here. We'll bring up. I'm going to put myself down. Uh, you can see some of that. This is some of the reasons why we have anti-vaxxers. And they just use different type of logic. Uh, Basically, they don't trust bigness. We don't trust government. We don't trust everything. This type of movement brings a lot of problems too. Institutions, other things. So this article, this is written in early June on the CNN website. You can look for that. They refuse to take their vaccines, and some here's this in the top of that article says 2015 polio vaccination rates for kindergartners in Washington State was 88.49, lower than the rates for 1-year-olds in Rwanda and Yemen. And Yemen's at war, or have been some for a while. according to the data from WHO. So this reluctancy is not good. It won't show good around the world. We won't be setting a good example for the rest of the world if we don't have a good vaccination rate. Why do we need a good vaccination rate? Well, we do need a good vaccination rate. Some would call this, it's called herd immunity. I'm going to bring up an article on that now. It's called herd immunity. And I'm going to, we can see that. Well, we can, just one second. I'm going to move that little widget up there. One second. We'll move it. Even if infection with COVID-19 creates a long-lasting immunity, a large number would have to become infected to reach herd immunity threshold. Experts estimate the United States 70% of the population, or more than 200 million, would have to recover from COVID-19 to halt the epidemic. If that many became sick at once, the healthcare system would become overwhelmed. The amount of infection would lead to numerous complications, millions of deaths, especially among older and those who, let's see what it says there, and those who have chronic conditions. So this is not good. This herd mentality. Okay, what's the other way? It's the vaccine. Right now, I just looked it up. Well, we have 2 million. I'll give you that number 1 second here. No, I don't have it. Where did it go? Okay, I'll have it for you. 1 second here, how many it was. Okay, right now, there are 2.7 million cases of coronavirus in the United States, 2.7 cases. Now, 2.7 million cases, that's less than 1% because we have over 330 million. So it's 1%. We're not going to get herd immunity. That'd be too dangerous. So we got to get the vaccine level up. So we got to get a high percentage, I would assume near 70 almost percent of our country to take the vaccine and more. And we got to get the anti-vaxxers on board here. And if we want to really be in better shape, it would help us out too before the vaccine. We got to get our leaders to talk about the masks. And I don't know if we have to go down to where we were before in some things, but we got to think on how to handle this virus. And can U.S. leaders turn the anti-vaxxer movement around? President Trump's, I hope, or whoever is president, if it's Joe Biden or Trump, they should be taking the vaccine in front of everybody to let them know. Like Cuomo did, Governor Cuomo took his COVID-19 test in front of the public. And we need more public demonstration of this from our leaders. And so when we get the vaccine, how are we going to use it? That's the question. And of course, I hope the pricing's good. I've heard outrageous numbers for pricing, and I think our government will have to be involved in that. We have to have very low pricing. I mean, very low, or even free, because we got to get everybody. We can't. I heard some number of $2,000 for the test. I couldn't believe that some laboratory said it was going to cost $2,000. I don't know, but that's what I heard. So let's hope we can turn around our country. Our leaders hope President Trump can have that Damascus Road experience in many ways for this virus. I tell you, it might change the election if it did. Otherwise, he's got to show leadership, and that's all I'll say. And let's move on here. Just remember about the COVID-19 and keep your safe distancing this weekend. Wear those masks, wash the hands, just watch these events. And I would avoid a restaurant inside especially, and outside to make sure those waiters and waitresses wear a mask. Otherwise, it's not good. And I saw a couple today just driving to my bank, and I saw a couple of restaurants outside, no masks by the waiters. I go, that's no good. That's a spreader. And then the people aren't wearing masks. I mean, that wouldn't help that much. We talked about cloth masks before I have, but I'll tell you, there's spreaders right there, and we just don't want that. So I want you to remember about the testing that's up at the VNA. There's the phone number, or you can get the flyer online. It's my website at the XPN, and you can get the flyer there. This is two-part flyer with Spanish and English. So get the flyer, pass it around, and call this number for an appointment. 630-892-6355. That's for that COVID-19 testing. This is an appointment testing. You don't have to wait in a car 3 hours or something ridiculous like that. So that's what's happening there. So just remember that. And so Friday, we're going to have Reverend Dan Haas is going to be with us. Reverend Dan, I've known him many years, and he's a brother in Jesus, and he's going to be coming and visiting with us. He's going to share about his work with the Aurora Police and chaplain program, and how that works and how it helps, and what we need to do more yet for our police with the spiritual, mental, and the physical health that they have. Many things that they have to face. And so Pastor Reverend Dan Haas is going to be with us on Friday. And we had to reschedule Juan Thomas because of technical problems yesterday. So that's going to be on Monday. So Juan's coming back on Monday. And here's one more thing. We're going to just, I forgot to bring that up. What did I do wrong here? Okay. Well, we got one more thing I wanted to bring up. No, maybe that was it. No, that was it. We're going to go right. Can't read my own script here. So anyway, remember to call for the COVID-19 testing and join us on Friday with Reverend Dan. And let's just pray and hope that we can turn around this virus here. And it's a wicked one, this COVID-19. So thank you for being with me today. And I'll just say, God bless and bye-bye.